Week 1 is in the books, and what a weekend of BCFC football it was. Hi, I'm Adam Cordick, host of Touchdown BC, and your host for BCFC game previews. This week we have the biggest rivalry game west of the Georgia Strait between the 1-0 VI Raiders and the 1-0 Westshore Rebels. We first talked with Raiders head coach Jerome Erdman and got his thoughts on his team's win over the Kamloops Broncos. Coach, your team had an impressive performance over the Kamloops Broncos this weekend, winning 37-14. What were your biggest takeaways from that game?
I thought for a first step, we played well in all three phases. It also showed us we got a long way to go to get to where we need to get. Our defense played particularly well. I thought our offensive line did an awesome job as well. Nathan Berg really ran the ball hard and well for us. So there were a lot of positives.
Your rookie QB, Jake LeBurge, threw an early interception early in that game, then seemed to settle in.
Yeah, looking at the film, a bit of a rookie mistake. He was staring down the receiver. Their free safety read him and made a nice play. But as far as I'm concerned, that was his only real mistake. I thought he played very, very well, especially for his first outing at junior football, the next level up. Showed a lot of composure, and he understands. Even when he's scrambling, his eyes are downfield looking for receivers, and he made a couple of great throws while on the run. And he's also, and this is one of the hardest things for a quarterback, he knew when to take a sack and not to force the ball and make a poor decision. So other than that one, I thought he played really, really well.
A young QB's best friend is his O-line and run game, and also the defense. And your defense set the tone early and played a great game.
I actually think that was the key to the game, how well our defense played. Coach Hawking and the rest of his staff did an outstanding job. So, Kamloops had issues moving the ball early on, and that let Jake settle down and play his game. He didn't have to press or anything like that. So, kudos to our defense. Also, as you mentioned, our offensive line, I thought our offensive line played really, really well. We're still young in a couple of positions there. It'll take us time to gel, but as a starting point, I was very impressed.
This week, you play against your rival, the Westshore Rebels. What can you expect in that game?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. I expect it to be a physical, hard-hitting game. There's a lot of emotion. They're a heck of a lot better football team than they were last year. And they weren't bad last year. I really thought they could have won a couple more games. They could have beaten us the first game last year. But they will be very, very tough. And also with these rivalry games, it's a point where records are kind of thrown out the window. There's just so much emotion. So it's going to be very interesting, and I think it's going to be a great game.
That's Jerome Erdman, head coach of the VI Raiders. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend, and talk to you again next week. We also caught up with head coach of the Westshore Rebels, JC Boice, and talked to him about his team's huge performance in Week 1 over the Langley Rams and his thoughts on the Rebels' upcoming game against the VI Raiders. JC, your team played in what was the game of the week this past weekend against Langley. Came down to the very last play. What were your thoughts on the game?
Pride. I mean, there's a lot of things there that are frustrating about that game, but I like the way our kids finished. The heat was and the humidity was there, and both teams had to prevail through that, and our kids just really fought hard and came up with a big stand there at the end. I mean, our defense wins championships. I was very proud of the way our defense played at the beginning, through and ended, that game. And that was a good Langley offense. They executed well, did some things good, and it was just some good football.
Your team rushed for a total of 296 yards. Campbell, Lyles, and even your quarterback McKinnon, he rushed for 100 yards. Moving forward, are you going to be a rush-first offense?
Well, we're going to take whatever defenses give us. We have a vertical passing game and have a screen game we work, and they started playing the vertical set and the screen game. So we made a commitment to really come out and run the ball second half, and we did. Our linemen did a great job. They got a hat on a hat. They're big, strong, and physical. Went after it, and Trey Campbell was explosive. Janelle Lyles, despite the fact they were keying on him, still made big plays for us. And Ashton McKinnon did a good job running the ball for us, the quarterback as well. So I think they had like 182 yards in the second half rushing. That was something we wanted to do, is make a statement we can run the ball.
Now to the defensive side of the ball, who are some of the players that stood out to you?
We had great defensive line play. We knew we were going to have that going in. I mean, our main front guys, we got James Bradley in the mix a little bit. Jerome had a great game. Jorge Yarwood, the other guy, local kid that's really come on strong. Matt Pastro, some really strong play from Kent Hicks. Just so many guys we could mention that got in the game. We played a lot of guys, and our D-line play was very good. Also, linebacker Sean Robinson played really physical, made some good plays, had a key interception for us. And then our defensive backfield really matured. I mean, we're very young in our backfield, and we had 4 or 5 interceptions. Those guys broke on the ball well and played it aggressively. Saw the emergence of Devin Jordan. He did a good job. I mean, there's some maturity in our defensive backfield.
Now looking to this weekend, your team plays the VI Raiders, a big-time rivalry in the BCFC. What can you expect in that game?
Well, I do this because I like to have fun. This is going to be a very, very fun thing, and I'm enjoying this whole week of preparing. Our kids are having fun, preparing. We got a lot of things to work on. I have a lot of respect for Coach Erdman. It is a rivalry, and we want to beat them very, very bad. The fact is that, we're 0-25 against them, I think, including playoffs. And these kids are hungry for a win, and we're ready to go get one. And I almost feel bad, all the pressure that those Raiders kids have to live up to. Trying to keep that 25-win game streak. So it's going to be very spirited, a lot of fun, and we got nothing to lose. We're going to come out hard. That's
JC Boice, head coach of the Westshore Rebels. JC, good luck this weekend, and talk to you again next week.
All right, Adam. Thanks, man.
Well, there you have it. If you were on Vancouver Island or want to travel to watch the game, this game will be worth it. This Saturday's kickoff is at 7 p.m. at West Hills Stadium. For more coverage on the BCFC, follow each team's Twitter account and also the BCFC's Twitter account at BCFC_media. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, and enjoy the games.